Welcome to People. I'm Shirley Lin. Today I'm really honored to have as my guest in the studio is our Interior Minister Lee Hong-yuan. And he's also the former Minister of the Public Construction Commission, as well as the former Commissioner of the Water Resources Department of the Taiwan Provincial Government, and a former Deputy Mayor of Taipei County, which doesn't exist anymore with the new municipalities. But anyway, let's welcome our Interior Minister, Minister Lee.
Hi, Shirley. Nice to talk to you and talk to our audience.
Yes. Thank you so much for making time to be here. And I think we all know you. I mean, you say you're not a politician, but we all know you as a politician.
Yes.
And you're still a professor of civil engineering at the National Taiwan University.
Yes.
Now, we don't know you as a person. We want to know you more about your life and about your family and about the background that you grew up in. So, where were you born? Where are you from in Taiwan?
Okay, I was born in Taishan, in Taipei County, in the middle 50s. Mm-hmm. So we all know that actually at that time the economic condition in Taiwan is not very good.
Right.
And I was born in a farmer's family.
All right.
So I spent my childhood in the farmland.
Yes.
So I know all the activity of all the farming activity. So this is my childhood. And then I received all the regular education in Taiwan, and later I graduated and then went to the United States for my master and PhD study, and then I worked 2 years in Tucson, the United States.
Yes.
Then come back 1986 to NTU, then has been a professor since then.
Oh,
it's been
wow.
26 years already.
Yes, and you're enjoying it just as much as from the very beginning, teaching.
Of course, I still very enjoying. I now have 2 full-time jobs, one as a minister and one as a professor, but only one salary.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was just going to say, how can the government let you have 2 jobs?
No, that's my obligation because the deal is the government borrow me from NTU. But NTU say, yes, you can live on absence, but you have to teach your own course. You still have to guide your own graduate students. That's why I have 2 full-time jobs.
So no wonder you grew up in a farm. So that's why you know so much about water resources and eventually hydraulic engineering. Because I wondered why you know so well. You know Taiwan upside down. You know how Taiwan is geographically and geologically probably. Why such interest? Is it really because of your background, of your upbringing?
If you know our education system is, after you graduate from high school, you want to enter the university, you have to pass a so-called entrance exam.
Yes.
And at that time, my record, my grade, I happen to have to be assigned to this department, this hydraulic engineering department. And then I know nothing about hydraulic engineering. And then gradually I gain some interest and then go to the top hydraulic program in the United States. I have I would say, very good training.
Yeah.
And then after 86, I went back to Taiwan. I spent a lot of time in the field. And also I'm lucky enough, I have a privilege to work for Taiwan provincial government. So I can access to all the hydraulic programs in Taiwan. And also, I'm a visiting professor of 5 universities in China.
Oh.
And from the Netherlands. So I also know Europe very well, and I know China so well. All the 3 gorgeous dams, so-called Nanshui Beidiao, all those huge programs.
Oh,
so I not only I know Taiwan very well, actually I know Europe, especially the Dutch part, and also the China, all very well.
Oh,
because I have a privilege to have all those opportunities.
Oh, I see. So do you find yourself lucky to have been put into the, the hydraulic engineering department? I mean, studying up on water resources. Because eventually I think you probably discovered that you really enjoy this field. Is that right?
Yes, I think you get a job, you have to enjoy, you have to like it. Otherwise, it will be very terrible.
Yeah.
And also the hydraulic problem, I will say that is the major crisis of human being, not only in Taiwan.
Okay.
So, because we are facing so-called global climate change.
Yes.
So in Taiwan, we realized that in the past we saw extreme weather condition. In Typhoon Morak, happened 3 years ago.
Yes.
That event, the rainfall event, 3,000 millimeters in 3 days, that's 2,000-year event. It only happened every 2,000 years, but it's happening in Taiwan. So extreme weather conditions become normal. So that's a major dilemma Taiwan is facing. I think it's all over the world we are facing. You never realize that Australia get flooded, then Thailand get flooded for 3 months, and also in mainland China, everywhere. I think the hydraulic engineer, all the government agencies, we are facing the same crisis.
I see. So you weren't like totally shocked about all these global conditions and typhoons and catastrophe that's been going on around the world, because you realize that it's all normal.
It's become a normal situation. I'm not shocked, but we have to be ready, be well prepared for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Taiwan, the land itself right now?
The land itself, of course, is a very small island. It's a very crowded island. And 2/3 of the island are high mountains, very high mountains. And also, since, as I mentioned, that our rainfall situation is much heavier than the rest of the world. So we have a very severe flood problem. We have a so-called debris flow problem. And also, we are a country short of water. We have so many water, but every per capita, I mean the water we can use per person is less than Saudi Arabia.
Yes, this is totally ironic. And
yes, it's very ironic.
We as citizens, we can't understand why Taiwan, as an island surrounded by water, it can face water shortage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, also face like serious flooding problems.
Yes.
And I don't know.
You can understand.
No, I can understand.
Because our river is 100 times steeper than most of the river in the continental area. So every single drop of water released from Simen Reservoir, in 6 hours, it will reach Taiwan Strait.
Okay.
So that means we have so many rainfall, and yet we cannot keep them. And we have 50 small or large reservoirs that can only catch about 2 billion tons of water.
Which is
actually,
not enough.
it's not enough. Actually, we need at least 10 billion tons of water annually. So we have to perform very carefully. Otherwise, we will be short of water. So that the situation in Taiwan is flood or drought, nothing in between. So somehow we have to play very smart.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Once I watched you give a speech, and you were very eloquent in your speech, and you were talking about the Taiwan's land situation, water situation. You were going on with stats and everything. You did not stutter at all. It's amazing how acknowledged you are about Taiwan's situation. What suggestion do you have for Taiwan to resolve this water problem? Now that you're Interior Minister, you can actually administer these policies. Is there anything you're trying to do right now that's hopefully going to help Taiwan?
Yeah, there are 100 things, 100 policies I want to do.
Really, 100?
How much I can do.
Yes.
And also the water business belongs to Ministry of Economic Affairs. It's not even my jurisdiction.
Okay.
So actually, as a Minister of Interior, what can I do? I try to solve the urban drainage problem, because in the river belongs to Ministry of Economic Affairs. It's my jurisdiction, although I used to be the commissioner.
Yes.
So I know that very well. And also in our urban planning, in the past, urban planning are done by urban planners. they do not necessarily have a very good hydraulic background. So using my expertise, so I try to change the regulation of urban planning. They have to take water issue into the consideration. So I will change the regulation. Hopefully the city will become more beautiful because we have to have more green lands. We have to preserve water in the site, in the developing site. So hopefully we can save money. The city become beautiful. Then still we can manage to have a good urban planning. And also wastewater treatment is my jurisdiction.
Okay.
So we actually, for example, the concentrated water treatment plant in Bali area, we release 1.2 million tons of water every day.
Yes.
So meanwhile, we are short of water in one hand. In other hand, we release 1.2 million tons of water daily. So my policy is we have to recycle.
Oh, okay.
Just like Singapore. So I'm not just promoting. I try to actually just yesterday I talked to the Director General of Water Resource Agency that our ministry can cooperate with Ministry of Economic Affairs. How can we recycle our water? And so that we are actually Taiwan. Although I just mentioned that we are short of water, but if we can manage just like Singapore. We can recycle our water. I don't think we are short of water.
Right.
And also 80% of the water usage is in agriculture. And actually the using efficiency is not very high. I would say that just like a seepage rate in our irrigation canal is about 40%.
That's very high.
40%, yes, but that belongs to another ministry. There's not much I can do. But I'm lucky enough that those ministers are my good friends. So I told them that, okay, my ministry, your ministry, we can somehow come to cooperation, through integration. Yes, I think we can manage to solve our water shortage problem.
All right.
And also flood problem.
Oh, I see.
So integration and coherence and governance actually is something I'm promoting.
Oh, I see. And I'm sure you're also promoting sustainability.
Yes.
It's such a big topic worldwide. You can't avoid talking about this. I believe you have 2 children?
I have 4 children.
Excuse me, you have 4? I have 3. You're one over me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're both doing our part in raising the Taiwan's birth rate.
Fulfill the duty of a good citizen.
That's right. Now, I suppose that you're being so acknowledged about the situation, with the climate change, about how we should be loving the environment and saving the environment.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're teaching this down to your children. So what things are you trying to, keep up in your family at home in terms of we need to love the earth, but what specifically are you doing?
At home?
Yes.
Okay. My children,
or at work too.
Okay. My children, they are, I won't say old. The oldest one, she is 31.
Okay.
She is her major. She got a PhD from architect engineering.
Yes.
She will become a professor of Tsinghua University in Beijing.
All right.
And my second.
She's not married yet, is she?
No, she's not married yet.
All right.
And my second daughter and the third daughter, they are in the United States, and they are going to PhD program.
Yes.
One hopefully in law school, and another one will be her major will be public health.
Wow.
And my son is also in the United States, and he's going to get his PhD degree in environmental studies and geography.
All
so
right.
all my family, we are working on sustainable related issues.
I was just saying.
So we not just daily life. We observe the concept of sustainability. We also make our profession, devote our profession into sustainable development.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So you're safe. You're
I'm
already
safe.
teaching what we should be learning and doing at home.
Yeah.
Because I think trying to teach the whole, well, let's just say the whole Taiwan, to be aware about saving energy and things like that is a big task. And
Actually,
it's not an
yes.
easy.
Just
lesson.
like nowadays, the hottest issue will be we are going to increase our oil price and the
Yes.
electricity bill, and
Yes.
how we are going to deal with that. Actually, it's a dilemma
It is.
and a big challenge.
And we're going to talk about that, but and also as well as other policies that the ministry, the Interior Ministry, is implementing. But let's take a break here before we come back.
Okay.
Welcome back to People. I'm Shirley Lin. Today, I'm really honored to have as my guest, Interior Minister Lee Hong-yuan. Well, Minister Lee, now I understand that actually lately I've seen in the news that the ministry has been implementing a lot of policies regarding foreign brides, and it looks like you're really trying to do a lot of things to help these people who
Yes.
are should be a great asset to Taiwan. You said you've successfully implemented some policies and programs. Would you care to talk about those?
Yeah, I wasn't before go into the detail. I can give you some numbers.
Okay.
Now the population of foreign brides is about 500,000 people. And also, when I used to work in Taipei County, the percentage of the students with so-called new Taiwanese, that means their mother are foreigners.
Right.
The percentage is about 1/8. But now it's 1/5. So according to this number, that about 1/10 of our children, their mother are so-called foreigners. And if you really look into their academic performance, actually their academic performance is somehow lower than the regular students. So they become a major crisis. So, and also those families, they have foreign brides. Usually their economic situation is not very good, not that good. And then the children, they do not behave that well in the school, and they do not respect their mother. Their mother cannot speak a good Taiwanese or Mandarin. Then they become the major crisis of our society.
Yes.
So when I used to work for Taipei County, I realized this is a crisis. So, but at that time, government do not have any budget for this. So the very first $10 million is I do the fundraising. One of my friends, who is generous enough, give me 10 million NT. So using this 10 million, I have established, we call it New Taiwanese focus. I would say New Taiwanese school.
Yes.
And in that school we have a program that. This special program, we try to help these children. They can catch up academically. They can catch up. And also you have to teach the teacher, because teachers do not necessarily know how to teach the children with different cultural background.
Sure.
You have to teach the classmates. You cannot treat badly to your classmate just because his color is different or he's somehow is different.
Right.
We have to teach the whole society. And then this program in the evening time is become a mega program. We have to invite those foreign brides. They can come to this program, and then they can learn Chinese, Taiwanese. They try to get into this society. And also through the family visit, we can find out that they either have a medical care problem, they might have some family violence problem, they have immigration problem, they have all kinds of problems. Labor, they cannot find the jobs. So through this network, we find them and try to solve their problem. So even in the Taipei County, I have a special government unit is taking care of these things. So in that experience, we have some very encouraging numbers. For example, in one of the elementary school in Wanli, in the remote coastal area, now in that school, the top 10% students are all children of this background.
Oh.
That means if you give them proper guidance, give them some help, they can be even better. And also, I try to, in several schools, I try to have a special program that they have a program can teach Indonesian, Vietnamese, Thai. So I encourage those kids to learn their mother's native language, or even the regular students. They want to learn Indonesian or Thai, they have opportunity.
Right.
So my idea is, although it's become our handicap, but if we play smart, in 10 years, if we have about 500,000 our citizens can speak very good languages from Southeast Asia, I think there will be the advantage of Taiwan.
Yes, that is true. How long has this program been going on?
5 years already.
All right.
So it become, I would say, successful.
Yes.
And then when I become a Minister of Interior, actually this is part of my jurisdiction. So we have a fund, we call the Foreign Bride Fund. In the past is you submit your proposal. If a good proposal, I can give you fund, but it's only project by project. So starting last month, I told them that, no, I don't want to do that. So I try to do some analysis. So every school, elementary school or middle school, if they have a student population over 100, or about 1/10 of the percentage of the student population has this background. We call it New Taiwanese. This is my priority school.
Okay.
Totally, this kind of school is totally about 1,900. But every school, according to my experiences, the annual budget is about 600,000 NT. Actually, it's a huge budget. So I cannot afford to have those 1,900 schools fulfill this program at the same time. But starting from next semester, I mean September of this year, we totally in Taiwan, we are going to have 300, including those 200 in New Taipei City, totally 500. We call it New Taiwanese schools. And that schools, they will all have this program. We have all the curriculum developed. We have whole package. And my former colleague, those teachers and principals of the elementary school, they become the coach. So they will coach all their colleagues all over Taiwan. So hopefully, not hopefully, we have to have 500 this kind of school beginning in September. And then my job is I will make it become a policy. I will talk to Minister of Education, talk to Minister of Labor Affairs, so we can join force together, put our very limited resources, and we can come up with a solid package. So hopefully we can, in 2 or 3 years, we have enough funding for that, and also become our priority of our government policies.
Well, that is great. Well, Minister Lee, have you learned any one of those Southeast Asian languages? Or starting
Unfortunately,
you don't have the time.
I cannot.
Okay. Now, well, we just had the recent, government price hikes of electricity and oil. And I believe it was just yesterday when Labor Minister Wang Ruxun was saying that the minimum wage would be adjusted to be more than the price hike. Do you think this is going to work?
Well, I would say yes, we have to increase our electricity and oil price. There's nothing we can do because we are short of energy, we are short of oil. And also, everybody, the whole international society is doing that. If we keep this low electricity and oil, that means our carbon footprint will be very high. According to this carbon footprint, Taiwan will be, I would say, punished, or they will be taxed In year 2025, the total tax for carbon tax will be 350 billion NT. That means that our industry of our trading will be in big trouble 15 years from now.
Okay.
So something we have to facing.
Sure.
But of course, how we are going to take care of all those regular citizens. So we have to come up with, we call it in Chinese, 差别汇率. We have to calculate what is the rational
Yes.
rational amount of water or electricity you can spend monthly. Then in this quota, you will be guaranteed the current price. But above that, then you have to be charged more expensive prices. But then,
yes.
my idea, of course, is this. I'm not a minister of economic affairs, but I have already raised a suggestion that we have to done a policy so-called cleaner production. That means our industry sectors, they have to somehow struggle through high electricity and oil bill. What should I do? We should have a group of people to teach those guys how to make their factory more efficient. And then, if they want to make the efficiency of their factory, they need money. So somebody or the bank has to give them loan using their product as guarantee. So if we keep doing that, come up with a solid program, I would say in 5 years, the factory can even make more money because the efficiency increase.
Okay.
And our carbon footprint will lower, and everybody will be very happy. This is called cleaner production.
Okay.
So I can give you an example. In the 70s, when Dutch government, they also ask their factory has to save energy to recycle their water. At that time, within a couple of years, their product or their revenue increased triple. That means this look like is a crisis. Everybody's facing the high price. But what I would say this is we can turn it into a good opportunity if we have all the package ready.
All right.
So I have already give a suggestion to the Prime Minister yesterday. Then I told him that I have a whole package. If he give me 1 hour, I can give him a very comprehensive presentation.
And I'm sure you can. I'm sure
because
you can.
I've been doing that since 2003 in the Netherlands. And also I'm promoting that in Beijing. So I know how to do that.
All right. Now, years ago, you were saying that actually the water fee in Taiwan is considered one of the lowest in the world.
Yes.
Now, do you still think the same?
Yeah.
And are you going to be, or the government is going to be raising the water fee eventually?
I don't think nobody was stupid enough to talk about that at this moment. But yes, but we have to do that because the water price per ton,
yes,
rational is 30 NT. But in Taipei, $7. In Taiwan,
yes, it's
$10. It's low. It's pretty low. Because it's low, so our pipes are leaking. The factory, they do not recycle their water. So we are wasting a lot of water. And then, if we cannot raise the water price, and then our factory cannot be upgraded. So something we have to deal with it.
all right.
Yeah.
And just a couple of days ago, I think you were suggesting, since we've got this low birth rate,
yes,
and there are some schools that are being closed down because there is not enough children,
yes,
and how you're suggesting to turn those into social housing units. Now, that's a very interesting idea. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, because those schools, we have so many elementary schools and middle high schools. And that number are based on the number of 50s or 60s when I was a child. And now the children, only about 1/4 of the children, the birth rate is so low. For example, in one of the elementary school, we call it 老松国小,
Yes.
When I was in the elementary school, that's the largest elementary school in the world. They have 20,000 students.
Yes.
Now they have only 300. That means we are facing that in some of the Taipei area or New Taipei area. Simply, we do not have that many children, so we have to consider merging the schools. But then, the campus, if we merge, then we have some campus available. And that campus, easily we can, through smart architect, we can turn those campus into social housing. Of course, you can also turn that into a beautiful park. So we are working on that. I'm talking to the several different ministers. So hopefully we can come up with a policy.
All right. So you're getting a lot of voices that support you about this idea?
Yeah. But something we have to face in, because if the campus do not have that many students, then means that you have to use a lot of budget to maintain the campus. And also, if they do not have that many students, then actually the security is also the major concern. So I try to make our campus or government building become more efficient.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Minister Lee, I hope that there was more time that we can talk more about your ideas and
Yes.
Policies. But I've really learned a lot from you, and thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for your expertise. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you.
And thank you for watching, people. I'm Shirley Lin.